People from North Korea, what happened when you were caught trying to escape? I was making breakfast when 3 officers barged into our home and tackled my wife to the ground. 2 of them put handcuffs on her, and the other one pressed his gun against my temple as a warning not to interfere. They forcefully dragged her outside in her underwear, pulling her towards the town square. All I could do was follow with the officer's gun against my head. They tied her to the wooden stake in the center before reading out that she has been found guilty of watching South Korean TV, and her punishment is death. I tried to plead with them, offered my life instead, but nothing I said was enough. I was forced to watch as my wife was shot dead at 7 a.m. in the morning, in full view of anyone passing by, still in the clothes she'd slept with. Our 2-year-old daughter was crying in my arms, screaming mama. That's when I first thought about escape. At first I wasn't sure. My daughter was 2. Crossing with her would be too dangerous. Maybe I could wait until she was older. But then 3 days after the execution, a guard I'd worked with in the coal mine found me walking home. He pulled me into an alley and said, "You have 48 hours." My blood went cold. I asked what he meant, and he looked around terrified before whispering that my name was on a list. Me and my daughter would be sent to a labor camp at the end of the week because of what my wife did. "Take your daughter and run," he said. That was all I needed. I went home and stared at my sleeping daughter for an hour. I thought about what would happen if we got caught. I'd heard stories of torture, stories of guards taking little girls for their own personal pleasure. I just never could have imagined what would end up happening to me. I grabbed Hannah in the middle of the night, wrapped her in 2 coats, and walked to the train station. The train to the border town left at 4 a.m. I didn't have tickets. I didn't have travel documents. In North Korea, you need permission from the government just to go to the next town. Regardless, I snuck onto the train through the cargo door and hid in the bathroom with Hannah pressed against my chest. The first checkpoint came 20 minutes in. I heard boots in the hallway, guards checking tickets. They rattled the bathroom door handle and Hannah started whimpering. I was sure they could hear it, so I covered her mouth with my hand gently and quietly climbed out the window onto the side of the moving train. I hung onto a metal beam, Hannah strapped to my chest with my belt, my feet dangling over the moving tracks. The guard looked inside and moved on, not suspecting a thing. I pulled myself back inside. For 2 days, I played this game of cat and mouse, hide in the bathroom, climb out the window, hang off the metal beam, even climb onto the roof when necessary. Hannah cried from hunger because she ate everything I managed to bring. The journey took 2 full days, but I finally arrived. By the time we reached the border town, Hannah had a fever. She was burning up, barely conscious, and the hardest part was yet to come. I found the Yalu River at dawn. If I could cross it, I would officially be in Chinese territory. Me and Hannah would be safe. The river was smaller than I expected, only 30 feet across, but the current was extremely fast. And between us and China, there was a guard tower with a spotlight. It's this guard tower that I'll never forget. I walked down to the river pretending to fetch water in a bucket, and the moment I saw my opening, I crawled into the tall grass with Hannah. The first step was waiting for the guard shift change that would happen in 6 hours. 6 hours of lying completely still in freezing December grass while Hannah cried. If the grass moved, the guard would see us. If Hannah cried too loud, the guard would hear us. 4 hours in, I heard footsteps. The guard was doing a patrol. He was coming closer, 10 feet away, then 5. That's when Hannah made a tiny sound. The guard stopped and started walking directly toward us. I prayed with my life, but he parted the grass with his rifle barrel. We were now face to face. His rifle was pointed at my forehead. He saw me. He saw Hannah, tiny and sick. He stared into my eyes. "Please," I whispered. "Her mother is already dead." He looked at Hannah for a long time with a dead expression, then back at me. "If you're still here in 10 minutes, I'll arrest you." Then he walked away. I counted exactly 10 minutes. Then I moved toward the water. A different guard was in the tower now. I waded into the river with Hannah on my shoulders. The current was so strong I couldn't swim. I had to walk. The water was up to my chest, and Hannah was barely above it. A third of the way across the river, the salty water hit Hannah's face. She screamed loudly. The spotlight hit us right away. The guard at the tower yelled, "Stop! Turn back or I will shoot!" I froze in the middle of the river. My mind started racing. Turning back equals labor camp equals death. Keep going equals shot equals death. All options ended the same way. Last warning. I looked up at Hannah's terrified face. I took another step forward. The guard fired. The bullet hit the water 2 feet from me, but then I remembered something. This guard couldn't actually shoot to kill. The river was international territory. If his bullet killed someone in it, China would start a war. He could threaten, but he couldn't fire again. I kept walking. The guard was screaming, but his rifle stayed down. I reached the Chinese shore and collapsed.